This video is about right triangle applications, and so it's from section 2.5 of your text, and one of the applications of right triangles involves bearing, and bearing is the direction of motion of an object like a ship or an airplane, or the direction of another object at a distance relative to the ship or the airplane. And so there's two methods of measuring bearing. The first, this is method one that I'm showing you right now. When they give you a single angle, it's understood that the bearing is measured in a clockwise direction from due north. So for instance, if they said, like right here, at a bearing of 32 degrees, if they just said 32 degrees, we would know that it started at the north and that it was 32 degrees from the north. Or if they said at a bearing of 164, we would know it started at the north and we would go 164 degrees in a clockwise direction, and so on for 229 or for 304. That's what it will look like for method one. So here's an example using method one. So let me get these gone. And here is an example right here that we're going to look at. Let me see if you can see that. Let me adjust this a little bit. Okay. So this says, two ships leave a port at the same time. The first ship sails on a bearing of 40 degrees. And the fact that they just gave us one angle says that we know they're using method one and that it starts from the north in a clockwise direction. So if we wanted to draw the first one, I just put like a dot. And so this is north. So I'm going to go 40 degrees from the north. So 40 degrees from the north, like it right here would be like 90. So I'd say this would be 40 degrees right here. This would be 40 degrees. So this is the ship, the first ship that leaves at a bearing of 40 degrees at 18 knots. Okay. Now 18 knots, a knot, it refers to a nautical mile. And so in general, 1 nautical mile is equal to 1.152 statute miles, or what we know as just kind of regular miles. So that's what that means. You don't need this conversion. I just wanted you to know what nautical mile means. Okay, and then it says the other ship, knots is not a nautical mile. It's nautical miles per hour. So this is its rate. So it's nautical miles per hour. Nautical miles per hour. That's what this unit is. Okay. And the second ship is on a bearing of 130 degrees. And so 130 degrees, okay, from the north. So this is our north right here. So if we went, this would be 90, and directly south would be 180. So 130 would be somewhere in here. So this might be maybe like this right here. This might be, I had to do pencil because I knew I would make mistakes. Maybe this is about 130 degrees. 130 degrees at 26 knots. Or 26 nautical miles per hour. Okay, so that's the second ship. So the question is, how far apart are they after 1.5 hours? So how far apart are these guys? What is this distance right here? That's what we need to know. X, that's what we're trying to figure out. Okay, well, if this distance from here to here is 130, and from this distance here to here is 40, then this angle right here of this triangle that we see the triangle that's formed right here, this angle right here is 130 minus 40, which is going to give us 90 degrees. So we find out that this triangle is a right triangle. So that is good news for us because we know how to handle right triangles. They said that these ships have been traveling for an hour and a half. So we're going to take 18 knots, 18 nautical miles per 1 hour, and we're going to multiply it by 1.5 hours to see how far it's gone. So these hours will cancel, and we find out that 18 times 1.5 is 27. So this has been traveling 27 nautical miles. That's how far the first ship is. So this is 27 nautical miles. That's that distance right here. All right. If this other ship's been traveling 26 nautical miles, nautical miles per hour, for 1.5 hours, 1.5 times 26 is 39. That guy's gone 39 nautical miles. This is 39 nautical miles. Okay, so just to simplify my sketch real quick, basically we have this right triangle. This ship has gone 39 nautical miles. This ship has gone 27 nautical miles, and we need to find x, and we can simply use the Pythagorean theorem because x is in the hypotenuse position. So x squared is equal to a squared plus b squared, or the square root of 27 squared plus 39 squared. And we find that x is equal to the square root of 2250. And that is about 47 nautical miles. That's how far these ships are apart.